I don't think we are. Oh, there we go. All right. What is going on, ladies and gents? Spawn here again. And you see the title of the video. These Tierlist videos are pretty fucking popular. Not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So, I actually got a good, this is actually a, what would you call it? Like a commenter, kind of like, bro, you just do power crushes, Tierlist on power crush. So, like, what would you call it? An assist? That's not the right word, but I know it's something else for it. A recommendation. Yes, whatever. Fuck them. All right, we're going over tier lists today. All right, we're going from best tier list to worst tier list, not in that order, but um, we're going to see which characters have the best power crushes. Right, power crushes are very annoying in this game. Right, because not only did they make power crushes heat engage, which is a retarded idea, me personally. Very retarded idea. But not only that, they changed the properties on how power crushes work. So not only are they used more aggressively, but they also, if you hit someone doing their animation and they eat your, or if they're in the animation and they gain the armor property and you hit them during that animation, the power crush now becomes safe. Right? And if you already had a safe power crush, that power crush is now even safer. I think so. Right? I think it becomes a little bit safer, or now that it stays the same, but it just has a little bit more pushback, right? But for the characters with mid power crushes that are like fairly unsafe, if you hit them during their animation, that power crush now becomes safe, which is another dumb idea on top of that because some characters have heat engaging power crushes. And it can be very annoying sometimes to deal with. So we're going to go through this list right here. All right. We already know who's number one. Number one most annoying fucking character that has a power crush is fucking King. Okay. King has, I believe, the most power crushes in the game. Next to I believe is Harang and Zafina, I want to say. Right? I know these two have a lot of heating gauges, but this motherfucker right here, that's the main thing people complain about. Now, surprisingly, the armor does well. The one where he buffs himself and he roars in the middle of the screen and he like buffs himself up and he turns red. That one heat engages. That is the most dumbest heat engage, or that is the most dumbest armor in the game, right? But he still has the kick that rounds. Like it's so hard to deal with King's power crushes. It's so hard doing because one's a high, the other one's a mid. He also has one while he's in heat whenever he's running to you. Jaguar step, I believe it's called, right? Or whenever he's running to you, then you have to guess between the grab, the mid homing kick. You have to guess between a little low drop kick, etc., etc. Like it's just so frustrating to deal with, especially since he's a grappler. And since he's a grappler, you want to attack, attack, attack because you don't want him to get the, and then he just power crushes you. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. That's what the King players say. The little meme or whatever the shit is, right? And it does hella fucking damage. The only downside to it is that it doesn't heat engage. But he has one that heat engages though. So like he has the best of both worlds if you want to, right? It's very, very annoying. Next one, I would say Victor. Victor Power Crush is, it used to be like this, right? It used to be like this. Pre-patch Victor Power Crush was one of the best in the game. It heat engage, it was safe, and it had crazy range and really good fucking tracking. Really good fucking tracking for it to be a high Power Crush heat engager, right? I already pointed out that it was safe on block, but they nerfed it, right? I think it was like 19 frames before, and I believe they nerfed it to like 3 frames. They kind of warped the tracking ability on it and stuff like that. But it's still one of the best heat engagers in the game, which is the reason why he takes the number 2 spot right here. That heat engager is still one of the best in the game. It is so hard to deal with still. Like Victor is already hard to hit, right? Due to him being, he'd have like Expulso, then he got the really good low counter hit launcher, that low profile. So you really can't press into Victor. He becomes a mini version of Lee, right? Lee's a counter hit. He's a counter hit monster that thrives off of you pressing into him. And if you press into him, he has really fast counter hit buttons like 223. Or he has down three if you want to contest him with mids, right? And if you have if you're trying to go for a slow optional or try to sidestep lead, he has 1+2, right? All these are really good options that counter hit launch, so you're afraid to press against Lee. But Victor would be the same, but in the sense that you cannot hit him. You cannot hit him, dude. He's so hard to hit, and on top of that, he has really good defensive options such as little Expulso. And then you're already scared to hit him, then you just have a fucking power crushing heat engager that's safe on block, really great range, and fairly good tracking still. Right. Next up, we got Shaheen. At least this will be my opinion. You could do this. Well, I'm going to spoil it, but yeah, you could do that. But even still, I'm going to put Shaheen there. Shaheen's heat engager is really good. Heat engager, really good range. It's pretty fast on startup, and there's really nothing else that you could do. Shaheen's ground game is already really good, and giving him a power crushing, safe, good range heat engaging power crush already amps his ground game by a fuck ton fold, right? So that's the reason why it really benefits him. But we're not going based off of benefits on how it benefits the character. We're just going based off power crushes alone. I will add certain compliments to the character to let you know how good the power crush benefits them in any way, shape, or form, such as I did with Vic, with the top three up here, of course, right? Um, so I'm going to be explaining that. But shit, Shaheen's power crush is really good. Always has been really good. A really frowned upon or a really slept on character in Tekken 8, I would say. Next one, it was not Fangway. I want to put Asuka up here. I want to put Asuka up there. Now, even though Asuka is not very, even though they buffed the shit out of her a couple patches ago, excuse me, even though they buffed the shit out of her a couple patches ago, I still think Asuka is performing underwhelmingly because we still have the same top tiers, right? Obviously, I was saying top tiers would be like Dragunov, Nina, um, Yoshimitsu, right? Like we're still seeing the same characters pop up in tournaments, even though those characters got nerfed, right? So it kind of defeats the purpose. But again, you should see my last video on I made a tier list and stuff like that, and I was kind of giving you the background of the characters and their popularity and the reason why they're popular or the reason why they're not popular. If you didn't go see that, go check it out and then come back here. Um, yeah, Asuka still has a really good power crush. I think she has one of the fastest power crushes in the game. It's high. It has a little bit of evasiveness, and it heat engages, right? So it kind of benefits her playstyle a little bit on being this evasive, uh, counter hit, fucking like safe launching counter hit, like with can and stuff like that, right? It kind of complements that and makes it even more annoying to deal with, right? And so that'll be a benefit that Asuka have and Jun, right? Um, or well, maybe not Jump, but Asuka have is that she has these safe counter hit launchers, and it could be very hard to kind of play against because she also has these parries. So she's very defensive, right? In a game that's like very aggressive, and giving her a safe, very fast power crushing heat engager can really add a benefit and more like kind of annoying, right? Kind of annoying kind of aesthetic to it, and it really benefits Asuka. But alone, her power crush is really good. Now we have Fangway. Fangway's power crush is retarded. I think giving Fangway a heat engaging power crush was the most dumbest move that they've ever did. Right? Giving Fangway a power crush safe heat engager with fairly good range and good tracking to the left. When you step fucking Fangway to the left, it was one of the most dumbest moves. Right? Really, you can't step Fangway because he has so many homing moves that launch. It's like having a 19 frame held or having a 19 frame snake edge, even though a snake edge is supposed to be like 28 to 32, 33 frames. But for some reason, they gave fucking Fangway a 19 frame snake edge that launches. The dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And then on top of that, you give him a fucking safe power crushing heat engager. Out of all characters you gave that to, you gave it the Fang way. Yeah, that was very, very smart. That was very smart, Bandai Namco. Or should I say, Harada, your favorite character here, buddy. Oh, how fucking like impractical or not impractical. How coincidental that Harada's favorite character was like one of the best characters in the game in the beginning. And then even after they nerfed him, he's still top 10. Oh, how coincidental. Get the fuck out of here, buddy. Next we have. Oh, I think I fucked up. Hold on. I'm gonna continue the trend though. I'm gonna put Lee up here. I miss somebody that's really really good. I miss someone that's really really good, but we're gonna get to him next. Lee is really good. Lee Power Crush is pretty damn good. Heat engages, safe on block. What complements this really, and it has really good range, and obviously the heat engages, safe on block is a high, of course, right? That's the main thing with the top tiers up here is that they have heat engage, all of the, or except for King. Well, no, King does heat engage, yeah. So that's the properties that these top tiers have, or not the top tiers, but that are at the top of the list. So we're going to call them top tiers in this video, even though they're not. Some of them are. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to confuse the newcomers if we have new people watching this video. But um, the most common trait with the people that are in the in a top list in the S tier spot is that their power crush is all heat engages. It heat engages all the time, right? Every time it hits, it will heat engage, and it's safe on block, which is the reason why they're the top contenders here, right? Same thing with Lee. Lee is already very if you're a good lead player, it can be very hard for the opponent to decide when I'm going to press here, right? Going up against a good lead player because he's very he has these safe counter hits that could like kill you. If you do high, Lee has an answer for that. He has down three counter hit launcher. If you want to sidestep Lee, he has 1+2, a plus on block homing counter hit launcher, right? Or if you just want to fucking like just contest me with good mids, Lee has a 10 frame counter hit wall splatting, guaranteed 2-2-3 that does hella fucking damage to force you not to press against Lee, which complements him with his power crushes because whenever Lee is done, you think that you can take the initiative back, but you're already scared due to these counter hitting properties that he have. And on top of that, he has a safe, good range power crushing heat engager. So it can be really hard to kind of maneuver around Lee whenever he has all these options to quite literally launch you every time you make a mistake, right? So it can kind of push the initiative on. Let me not press into him because he's already scary enough. He kills me for pressing it to him, right? And back four, of course, right? Back four will be another one. I don't know why I missed that one. But it can be very hard because you don't want to press into Lee, and giving him a power crush heat engager really adds that. It really kind of amps that by tenfold, right? Now my next character. I don't know why I forgot this. I don't know why I forgot this. Fucking Kazuya. Fucking Kazuya, bro. Honestly, you could do this if you wanted to. You could do this if you wanted to. I wouldn't even be mad at you if you did that. The reason why this is the part, right? Kazuya, nah, fuck that. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Even though I would say King has the best armor in the game, but due to the properties and everything that Kazuya has with his power crush, I want to give him the number one spot. I want to give Kazuya the number one spot. You know what? Just because of that, let's do this. Let's do this. Right? We kind of have to. We have to. Kazuya is the only character in the game. The only character in the game that has a power crush that heat engages. It has a little bit of evasiveness. It kind of evades most highs and some mids, sometimes. It has decent tracking depending on how minus he is. But the breadwinner here is that it's a mid. Kazuya is the only character in a game that has a mid power crushing heat engager that is safe on block. He's the only character in the game that has it. Everybody else, if you have a mid heat engager, or if you're King too, right? But King's mid, it's punishable. I lied, so I take that back. Kazuya is the only character in the game that has a mid power crush that it is evasive and it fucking heat engages. Kazuya is a really strong character in this game. I put him in my top 10, I believe. Or sorry, I put him in my top 12, top 13 maybe, in my tier list. Kazuya is a really strong character, and a giving him solely a great fucking power course that's a mid that has a unique property compared to the entire cast. He's the only character in the game that has it. Just by him having that alone, it really kind of puts an edge on like, what the fuck were they going with this? What the fuck were they going with this, right? Now I think after certain things start to die down and people try to figure out like how power crushes like work, or maybe they'll get accustomed to people power crushing. I think the new meta is going to be characters with mid power crushes, right? That's why I'm putting Kazuya at S tier. But they got another character here, but his doesn't quite act the same as Kazuya, but it's really fucking good, right? Kazuya has to be number one, dude, because there's no way that he has a mid heat engaging power crush that is -8 on block. By the way, is it -8? I think it's -8 or -9. I want to say it's -8. I think. Yes, it's -8. Yeah. It's definitely -8. All right. Our next character, let's do Jun. Jun Power Crush is meh. Jun Power Crush is meh. I don't know how to describe. Like Jun is just a. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Jun. She's too. In my tier list, I said Jun was too passive. She's solely a defensive character in a very, very aggressive environment. Even her counterpart, Asuka, has a form of aggression to her, right? Whenever she has the buff up, she can like force plus what, 9 or some, probably even more than that since they're new buffs, right? But I know she can, and then it's like it's a plus on block, a regular hit launcher, by the way. It doesn't even tailspin, it just launches on regular hit. So it can really force the initiative on like, oh, we playing neutral. Asuka has this neutral skip high launcher that's plus on block. And if you're ducking, it really gives her the advantage to kind of like just get in for free type of thing. So she has that aggressive mentality, but just not as good as the top tiers in this game. But Jun, on the other hand, all she has is Can. I'm sorry, Jun is way too passive. Sure, she has a plus frame. I believe it's 4 1 plus 2, right? Or while running 1 plus 2, something like that. But it's not enough. And on top of that, she doesn't even have a good armor. It's man. It's a mid. It doesn't even heat engage. It's -12 on block, meaning that it's unsafe. It doesn't have decent tracking. It's just man. Right? Get June the fuck up out of here. Lars. Um Lars power crush is pretty bad. Now, okay. Lars' good power crush is locked into stance. Or in heat, I guess you would say. That's a little dash he has, right? If you want to put the dash in there, Lars is like right here. Maybe even better than, probably even here since it's a mid plus on block. And he gets a free mix up from it. So honestly, I would say if you include that one, Lars has one of the best arms in the game. Right, but since it's locked into, and most of his power crushes are locked into stance, such as I believe it's Silent Entry 4, or is it Dynamic? It's one of them. The little homing kick is locked into a stance, and his best armor is locked into heat. But if you just use his regular armor, it's horrible. I believe it's 28. It's very, very slow. It's 25 frames, -12 on block. It's just not the move. It's not the wave. It's not the wave, right? I don't even large players don't even use that shit, bro. That's how rough it is, right? Next we have Law. I'm gonna pull on A tier, even though so Law does have his 443, which is the main. He has about three power crush hitting gauges, right? But they all Law players use 443. All Law players use 443. They use it in mid screen because they know that like the neutral game is in their favor. Law, if you guys watch my tier list, Law is one of the best characters in the game right now. Law is very strong. 443 has really great range. It is a mid and is minus 13 on block, but the breadwinner here is that it has crazy range and it heat engages, right? That's the breadwinner here. That's the breadwinner right there. Is that it heat engages. So it enforces me to apply these frames. And when you think that it's your turn for 3 heat engager, and now I'm plus 17 in your or plus 15 plus 17 in your face now, right? That's going to be the top tier of power crushers. They heat engage, I'm plus 17 in front of your face. All right. Um, Paul. Paul is his is better. I would say his is better. Paul Power Crush is mad. It is minus 8. It's a high, but it does not heat engage. It doesn't have really great range. It has okay tracking, and he gets no Oki from it. Actually, I would even do this honestly. It's it's okay. Like there's really nothing else I can say. The only thing is that it's safe. So actually, I would put it in front of jump, right? Since it's safe, right? It's just a get off me tool. It's not really. It's nothing compared to the top up here, right? Nina. I would put Nina probably next to Law. Probably B. Hmm. Let's do this, right? Nina's Power Crush is pretty good. It has really good range, right? You see Nina using that shit all the fucking time, bro. Little fucking double palm. Yeah. They use it all the fucking time, bro. It's Nina. It's Nina, dude. That's all you see them do is fucking gimmick, the little low mid high that's like -2, and she's like crouching, so it's like you can't hit her with high to take a turn back, and then she does it again and does it again, and then she hits you with the power crush. Like there is just nothing like you get what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? But on the other hand, it is pretty good. Now the only downside to it is that it is minus 14 on block. It is minus 14 on block, but not to get it twisted because, like I said, it's pretty good. It has really good range and it heat engages. That's the breadwinner here, right? Um, Ling Xiaoyu. It's not bad. It's not bad, right? It's not bad at all. It complements her evasive kind of thing. I believe it's like I believe it's down forward four, up back four, something like that, right? I think. Don't quote me on that. It is minus 13 on block. It does not heat engage, and it's a mid. But it leaves the opponent right there in front of their face. So it's not a bad heat engager. It's not a sorry, heat engager. It's not a bad power crush. It's just again, it's not like the top tiers. It is a little bit better than C and D, of course, right? Um, we got Leroy. I would put Leroy here. Here. Yeah, I'll put him here. Leroy is not bad. Again, it doesn't heat engage. It's minus 13 on block. It doesn't really do anything, right? But it's not a bad heat engage because it's pretty fast. It's pretty. I believe it's 20 frames. So I'm gonna put. Let's actually, yeah. Let's just do that. No. Let's do this. Let's do that. Uh, let's do let's do Jack. Should we do Jack? Mm, should we do Jack? I don't know. I'm thinking about not doing them next, but we'll do them next. Let's put Jack in the B tier. I believe his is at high, actually, no? Oh, I need to do my research on Jack. But I know for sure that power crush, it heat engages, right? It does heat engage. I'm not too familiar with Jack's power crush. I'm really not too familiar with it. But I do know for a fact that it power crushes, right? But since I don't know too much, but since it does heat engage, I'm going to put him in B. I don't know how good it is, but I don't know how bad it is. I don't know if it's high or if it's a high, then he belongs in S tier or maybe high A tier, right? But if it's a mid, it does power crush. But since I don't know much about it, I'm going to give him a comfortable spot and put him in B. All right. Um, Lily, she falls in the okay category. Uh, it wouldn't matter at this point. All their power crush are literally the same. They all have the same thing in common, right? It's a mid. It doesn't heat engage. It's minus 13 on block. It's okay. It's just to get off me. I mean, every heat engage are wall splats. I think, except for Hall rings. Except for Hall rings, I think, right? Eh, whatever. But the C tier spots here, they all have everything in common. It's a mid. It does not heat engage and it's minus 13, right? The only thing about Ling Xiao Yu is up here is because hers have a little bit of evasiveness that plays a part in her toolkit, right? She's all about the evasive, you can't hit me, yada yada. And she like, I believe it's up back forward, down back forward, down forward, forward. Some shit like that. She like lowers her hitbox and you can't hit her with some highs and she just power crushes just to get you off of her. Or to get her off of you. To get you off of her. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Harang. Shut up, phone. I think Harang's is pretty good. Now, to be fair, to be fair, Harang's power crush is minus 14. Harang has so many power crushes, but they're into stance. They're locked into stance, right? Except for one of them, which is down back four, down 4-4, something like that. It's the double hit heat engager, right? Or fuck's sake, it doesn't heat engage. It's the down 4-4-3, down 4-4-1, some shit like that, right? Or down back 4-1, some shit. He's the only character in the game that has a two hitting power crush, meaning that he can do the first hit and he can trick you into not doing the second hit, which is the reason why I'm giving him the B tier spot here, right? And he's the only character in the game that can actually cancel his power crush. So Harwan can literally gain armor and not actually follow through with the minus 14 mid. So he can actually punish you for like if you actually make a pretty decent read and you're doing the armor and you're like in right foot flamingo stance, right? Right foot forward, and he's like fucking threatening you, and he's like hopping on one foot and shit like that. He can actually bait you. If you hit him, he can punish you. Even if you do a 10 framer, he can punish you for. He can just do it, and if he gets a read that you hit him and he tanks the armor, he can cancel it out and actually punish you, right? And Howrang is the only character in the game that can do this. So not only it does not heat engage, but it's really good because he can cancel and he can delay. And he can also not follow through with the second hit, right? So the fact that his power crush has those properties makes it actually pretty decent, even though it does not heat engage. So I'm going to give him a comfortable spot and put him in B tier. You could put him in A if you want to, but due to the fact that it does not heat engage, I'm not going to do that. Claudio, same shit. It's a mid, unsafe on block, does not heat engage it, does not heat engage. It's a bit slow, is meh. It's meh. As strong as Claudio is, his power crush is meh. All right, let's keep it a buck. Ashu Senna. Oh, I forgot her. I'm gonna put her here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put her here. I want to put her there. Better yet, let's do this. Bing bong. Asha, I don't know why I forgot about it. Maybe because whatever. Asha Cena's power crush is really good. His -9 is very fast. It's very fucking fast. Really great range. And of course, the reason why she's up here is because it fucking heat engages, buddy. She was also one of the main problems next to Fangway is that she was very, very aggressive pre-patch. And they gave this bitch a safe, power crushing heat engager. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck are we giving characters like this that shit, bro? They're overly aggressive. Their mix-up game is very, very good. Their poking game is very, very good. They're already hard to defend against, and you just give them a safe on block power crushing heat engager. That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, Raven. Raven is under. Oh, wait, fuck. My bad. Raven is underrated. This character is underrated, but not only is his power crush very fucking annoying, his power crush is very annoying to deal with, right? If Raven's power crush was safe, or at least like -10, Raven would have the best power crush in the game. He would have the best power crush in the game. Even if it was -11, he would have the best power crush in the game, right? Raven's power crush is so annoying to deal with, right? This is the reason why I say that characters with mid heating gauges could be the new meta, right? Because there's actually counterplay to power crush, which is obviously you can hit it with a low or you can hit it with a grab, but due to the fact that we have no clue when they're going to power crush and they can be kind of unorthodox with it, we only have one specific counter in order to like while simultaneously attacking, but being safe and also being on the offensive, right? Is being able to like low profile and also attack at the same time, which the reason why characters like Ling Xiaoyu, Leo, Steve, and eh, mainly just Yoshimitsu. Steve, Leo, and Ling Xiaoyu are very hard counters to power crushers. Is because they can hit you with these safe, low profiling launchers, and simultaneously or at least with the top tiers that have like high heat engaging launchers, right? um, they can just low profile it and still be on the offensive, right? Steve is probably the greatest punisher of of power crushers right now, is because he has certain strings that can cancel into the weave, right? And he could, even if you have a mid, he could just fucking bling back, matrix that motherfucker, and bitch, clean your ass up, counter hit launcher, or even on regular hit it crumples, right? Steve is the only character in the game that can actually do a button. He can do a safe counter hit button like back one and go into the weave animation. And if you press a button or do anything stupid, he fucking, that's gonna be the meanest right hook he's ever hit you with in your fucking life. Just bitch, right? He cleans you up. It's very scary to fucking heating or to fucking power crush against Steve because he can actually make the read. Bars. God damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a pro player do this shit, and if you can like condition yourself to like, if you train yourself to actually bait out power crushers, Steve don't even have to bait them out. If he's just hitting you and he hears that tick 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 sound that you're tanking hits, he can just cancel into weave because he can cancel his normals into the weave animation. And once he see that power crush whiff, you're gonzo, bro. He hitting you, bro. It's lights out. No pun intended. Bitch, he cleaning you up, dog. Alright? You know what I'm saying? Who else we got next, man? Oh yeah, but Raven is Raven is I would put Raven at the top of A. He has really great range. It's homing, by the way. It's very I don't think it's fully homing, but it's very, very hard to step. It's homing to both sides, right? It tracks fairly well to both sides. He is like this spinning fist. So it's very hard to step it. It's very hard to step it. You would rarely step it, but you would its recovery is pretty bad. So like you would probably be surprised sometimes and miss the whiff punish, but sometimes you'll most likely get it. It's a heat engager. It's -13, -14. I want to say -13. Sorry. It tracks. It has damn. It seems like it has infinite range, bro. This move is really good. The reason why I would say that heat engagers that are mid, like Kazuya and like these four right here, the reason why I would say this is the meta is since that you cannot avoid it, especially Ravens, you cannot avoid it, right? Which means that it forces you in a game that is solely offensive. It wants you to be on the offensive, attack, plus frame, mix up, right? In a game that encourages you to enforce pressure and mix up. And when you have a mid heat engager, it really makes the opponent second guess themselves on should I approach him, especially Raven, because, well, it would be like, I don't want to, since it's a mid, I cannot press against him. If I press against him, he takes his turn and fucking he kills me for it, right? And if you're doing this at a fairly high level, it can be very hard to deal with someone that knows how to use this to their advantage, right? And it could be very hard to deal with, right? Next character we have Dragonov. Meh. It's meh. It's meh. Not even gonna hold you. Well, it's not bad, so I'm gonna put him above Paul. Yeah, put him like right there. It's not bad. It gives some good Oki at least, I guess. It's not a heating get considering that Dragunov is top tier. They did the right thing. They actually did this shit the fucking Fang way, but no, right? Um, it's not bad. It is a mid. It gives them a hard knockdown. It's kind of slow. I think it's like 20, something like that. It is minus 14 on block, so it is punishable, but it's not bad. It's just to get off me tool, right? Um, Kuma, Bing Bong. Kuma is fast, and of course, top tier heat engager. It fucking heat engages. All right. He can also cancel into hunt. Right. He can cancel into hunt by holding down. Right. So you do back one, I think, back one, and you can hold down and go into hunt. So if they try to punish you with a high, he'll just low profile. Even though he's minus 15, he becomes launch bonus. So if you make the read, you can just down for a two launch him, right? Or at least if he's not fucking Ling Xiao you can, right? Or you just hit him with a simple down for one, but he is minus 15, so you can just punish him with a hop kick, right? So there is some risk to it if you make the read to it, but nonetheless, it is still a get off me tool that is solid. You can transition to hunt, and it's a heat engage. It is minus 14 on block though. Let's add Panda up there because literally they're the fucking same. They literally have the same exact animation. They can both go into hunt. They're both minus 14. They both heat engage. They have the same exact animation of what it does, right? It's literally the fucking same. So I'm going to put them together. If I put somebody in front of Kuma or behind Kuma, I got to put Pound in front of that and vice versa, right? Um, Steve. Or should I do Jen? Let's do Steve. Farkle. We're going in. Steve is horrible. What the fuck? All right, there we go. Steve Power Crush is fucking horrible. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. It's right there. Actually, I think it's worse than fucking It's fucking worse than Lars. Cause Lars Power Crush is what 24, 20, 25 frames. Fucking Steve's Power Crush is 28 frames. Minus 14 on block. It does not heat engage. It's way too fucking. He's at a standstill. He cranking that motherfucker. I mean, sure, if it hits, he gets a guaranteed 1+2 heat engager. But well, now that I think about it, does it? But, nah, bro, it's too slow. It's too slow. I'm sorry, it's too slow. That shit is slower than a fucking snake edge, dog. Like, there's no way. Okay, a snake edge is about 30 frames, but still, you get my fucking point, bro. Actually, somebody's snake edge is 27 frames. No, I couldn't, probably not. Um, Yoshimitsu, I would say is not bad. I would put him here since it doesn't heat it. Well, no, fuck that. No. It's not bad. It's not. It is pretty fast at 19 frames, but it doesn't heat engage. It doesn't have really great range, and it is minus 13 on block, meaning that it is punishable. Right? It is a get off me tool, but due to I don't even see Yoshimitsu using his power crush. Right? I mean, I know he got a power crush out of back turn stance, right? Or is that when Xiao Yu? It's one of the motherfuckers, right? But I don't even see Yoshimitsu using power crushes at all, due to the fact that he already has really good evasiveness. Right? I see some Ling Xiao use their fucking power crush, but I've not. I've seen it a few times from a Yoshimitsu player, but it's on very rare occasions. I don't even see Yoshimitsu players using that much because he already has really. He's already hard to hit. He already has really good defensive options like spin, which is technically speaking the best sidestep in the game. Unless you're talking about a raw sidestep, it would be Lily. But due to anyway, and he has flash, right? So there would be no need if you're going to commit to a -13 move, right? You might as well just use flash. Like you might, if you want somebody to get off of you, just use fucking flash, bro. Right? Either way it goes, they're still gonna have to stop in their tracks to get a good read on them. But the thing is that they wouldn't even. It can be very hard to punish flash. Very hard. You have to have a hard read on flash to know he's gonna flash, see him flash, and actually commit to the punish, right? But even sometimes it can be very hard to do that. Fucking Yoshimitsu's a little slippery son of a bitch in it, right? Alyssa, it's not bad. It's not bad. It is safe on block, so I'm gonna put it here. Um, I'm talking about her up back two, of course, right? It's not bad. It has really good range. It's -9 on block. It is a high, but it does not heat engage. That's the main. That's the main breadwinner that we're looking for. It does not heat engage, but the fact that it is safe on block and it has really great range, she can do this from like almost mid screen. It really complements her long range game because obviously, if you go to Alyssa, she fucking kills you, and we all know Alyssa's running towards you full screen doing fucking launching hell sweeps and shit, right? And it just complements. Right, so it can kind of put you at a standstill and you're doing it high, so you want to duck it, but it's safe on block, and she just fucking yeah. It complements that very well. Double Gen, let's do Double Gen next. Meh, it's meh. It got good speed. It got really good speed, but it's -14. Let's do that. It's -14 on block. It's meh. All right. Zafina, it's too slow. Move, bitch. Sound like the motherfucker from White Chicks. It's too slow. She has a lot of fucking heating. She has a lot of fucking power crushes, but they're locked into stance. They're fucking locked into crow stance. The only one she has is the little overhead kick, but it's -14. It doesn't track. It's way too slow. It doesn't heat engage. It doesn't benefit her whatsoever. Whatsoever. You get what I'm saying? Brian. Let's put Brian here also. Brian is the same thing as Alyssa. The only reason why Alyssa is above Brian because it has more range. Um, Brian's power crush is a high. It does not heat engage, but it is safe on block at -9. It is fairly slow, but it's not too slow to the point where it's a bad get off me tool like the D tiers, right? Pause, of course, right? Um, Jen. Jen's isn't bad. It isn't bad. It does hella damage. I'll give you. I'll give him that. It is a mid. It does not heat engage. So meaning that it is unsafe on block. I believe it's -13, -14, something like that. The only benefit is that it gives him really good Oki. And because like since their back is facing you when they get up, Jen can really I mean they can't tech roll, but if they just get up straight up, he can really fuck you over. It does really great damage. It gives him really good Oki. So just for that, no. The fact that it's unsafe. And it is a bit slow, but it can suffice as a really good get off the tool. Leo, trash. Power Crush is trash. Doesn't heat engage. It's mid. It's unsafe on block. The only thing that they would have in common is that it fucking every heated. I would say every Power Crush basically wall splats. Unless you're Haring, right? Are they gonna counter hit it? I don't know, dude. Fuck them. But I'm like 90% sure that almost every single Power Crush wall splats, right? But Leo is his is very it's pretty slow. It's pretty slow, not gonna lie. And it's unsafe on block. I think it's like minus 13, minus 14, something like that. Um, Reina. Reina's is actually fucking ass. I would say it's better than. I'll leave it there. It's the same thing. The only thing is that it gives her a really good Oki. Let's do this because Paul is actually pretty bad. Paul's power crush is actually pretty bad since it puts him way forward. It's unsafe on block. Yada yada yada. And Claudio's too. And I would do this. Actually, I would do this. This really doesn't matter, but I want to make this as accurate as possible as I can. I'm gonna like fuck up this tier right here, but it's fine. Um, who was I on? Raina. Yeah, Raina. Hers is a bit slow, so now I'll just say that. Let's do this. Move, bitch. God damn, bro. Doesn't heat engage. Is unsafe on block. Is a mid. It's fairly slow. She has one that's locked into stance too, but that's not the main one that we're talking about. We're just talking about the double palm um, power crush, right? It is. I believe it's minus 14. No, I think I'm pretty sure it's minus 14. Um, yeah. The other three, I have no clue what their power crushes is. I don't have the fucking. I don't have Lydia, so I don't know what her power crush is. But since she's like, even though I'm pretty sure she has a, I think she has a power crush in stance. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna leave them down here, dude. I don't fucking know. Let's do this. Um, actually, no. Let's do this. Let's do that. Right. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Me don't know. All right. I do not know. I don't know. But anyway, that will be my power crushing tier list. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And your boy Spawn, if I can bring this up, is out. Peace.